Hello, Greenvillians, and welcome to another episode of Greenville Mic'd, your favorite local podcast for all things happening in Greenville, South Carolina, including noteworthy news, restaurant reviews, events coming up this week, and more. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Will. A new super train may be coming to Greenville. Comal 864 is feeding the city yet again this Christmas, and our go-to holiday treats. It's Monday, December 18th.
And welcome to the weekly rundown.
All right. So, first off, did a lot of fun stuff this weekend.
We did a lot of fun stuff.
What was your favorite thing that we did this weekend?
Ooh, probably the walk/hike that we took at Cedar Falls Park Trail.
Cedar Falls Park is kind of like a hidden gem.
Yeah, I mean, we had never been there before.
No, definitely not. It's like, it says it's in Fountain Inn, or at least, I don't know actually if the address says it's in Fountain Inn. Let me look this up real quick. The hike on All Trails says it was near Fountain Inn, but it's definitely nowhere close to downtown Fountain Inn.
Right. And basically you get there and it seems like it's just a park with a playground. You would never know that it has this 2-mile loop trail, unless of course you went on All Trails.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes you by the river, by the Reedy River, and through the woods, and it was so peaceful and so relaxing. And we didn't see another person on the trail.
No, I didn't. Well, there was one guy there we saw with a dog at the very beginning, but no one on the trail. Like, beautiful, secluded, nice 2-mile loop.
Yeah.
Lots of leaves. Yeah, the part by the river. It's like there's a dam and the waterfall. That was beautiful. Okay, so the address technically says Fountain Inn, but it's right in the middle of Fork Shoals. I don't know if Fork Shoals is like, has its own cityhood or not. Maybe that's why it says Fountain Inn.
Yeah.
But it's like way down south Reedy River. So from us, because we're kind of South Greenville, it was only like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful walk.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to be going there a lot more. Ruby loved it.
She did love it. Ruby loves hikes. We've said this before. She goes nuts about hikes.
And I wouldn't even say this was a hike.
No.
I feel like it was more of a trail.
It was maybe similar to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, but definitely, like, if it was the Swamp Rabbit and maybe it was a little more secluded and through the woods, like not near any roads, and there was no one on it.
Yeah.
That's maybe what it would be.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
So that's pretty far from Swamp Rabbit Trail, like in actuality. But I guess it is paved.
Yeah.
In most places.
In most places.
So not so much of a hike.
But we got to go back. We got to backtrack because on Friday, we started the weekend off really strong. And we got a country loaf from Rise.
So good.
And we also got one of their chocolate chip sourdough cookies.
Yep. I'm really trying to bake it into our budget, pun intended, to get a country loaf every week. We're not quite there yet, but I would die to do that. They're so good.
They are really, really good. That bread is amazing. And then I had forgotten how good their cookies are. Like, I don't know why I forgot, but the second I took a bite, I was like, these are so good.
How did you describe their sourdough chocolate chip cookie?
I think it's a mature cookie.
Yeah.
It's an adult cookie because you don't bite in and you're not overwhelmed with sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, this has almost a depth to it that isn't just your typical chocolate chip cookie. And maybe, I guess that's the sourdough.
Yeah. Like, adults can have Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies and enjoy them, just like adults can enjoy chicken nuggets.
Right.
But Rise's sourdough chocolate chip is like a sophisticated chicken souffle.
Yeah.
Of a cookie.
That's a great way to explain it.
As far as chicken nuggets to chicken souffle,
yeah,
that is the difference between Nestle Toll House and Rise's sourdough chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
It was so good.
So good. And then we went to the Vintage Market of Greenville, which is another epic spot around town. And they have so many cool vintage antique finds. And I was excited because I found a curio cabinet, which
I didn't know what that was or how to describe it.
I would describe it as like a bookshelf with glass doors.
I do love that.
And so I'm really excited to style that.
Have we
And
talked about Vintage Market before on the podcast?
I feel like maybe briefly.
Yeah. It's right on Augusta Road,
Yeah.
like South Augusta, and it's awesome. Like it's maybe my favorite antique shop in the world.
Yeah. I mean,
be
it
honest.
has really, really cool stuff from signs to pottery, to furniture.
Yeah.
Like just, it's so fun to just, like I took a friend there Friday and we just looked around for probably an hour.
Yeah. Some antiquers may find this statement offensive, but most antique shops, I'm just like walking around and I'm like, none of this stuff is like really intriguing to me at all. It just looks really old and like collected here.
Yeah.
But this place, Vintage Market, is like everything is so cool. That they had this like right outside. It was like, man, I can't remember the national forest, but it was like one of the like DuPont National Forest type signs.
Yeah.
I was like, how did they get that?
Right.
That was so cool.
They source a lot of cool stuff. And
Really cool.
It definitely is pricey.
Yeah.
But the thing I got was not very pricey. So
I know.
I
Like
think-
they have like really nice quality old furniture.
yeah.
And then like random stuff like airplane propellers and like just like cool things.
And doorknobs. My friend found a bunch of doorknobs for her house that
Yeah.
were really cool.
If
So
you're looking for antique doorknobs,
that's the place to go.
look no further.
Yeah. But we had a pretty fun weekend. But let's move on. So Christmas is a week away, which is
Woo.
very exciting.
So
Love
exciting.
Christmas. So I thought we could do a little bit of a Christmas this or that.
Okay.
Are you game?
I'm game. I'm
Okay.
game. So explain this or that. What am I doing?
So I'm going to give you two options of things in similar realms. And then you're going to basically choose which one is better.
Okay. So my preference.
Your preference. And I might share
or my objective preference.
your objective preference.
Okay.
And I'll probably share my preference as well.
Okay.
All right.
I'm a
So
fan.
the first one, inflatables or lights when it comes to outdoor decorations?
Lights all the way.
Okay.
I enjoy inflatables. I like when people put up inflatables, but they're like inflatables are similar to me to the projection things that people put on their houses.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's way easier to do it than lights, but lights is like the real thing, you know?
Yeah, I agree. But I do love the Santas on Earl Street. So
The Santas on Earl Street have a lot of meaning behind them and they're giant.
Yeah.
So they're really cool. But if you were going to choose between one big Santa and a bunch of lights on the house, I would pick lights.
yeah, I agree with you. But I would also pick both. I would do lights and an inflatable.
Oh yeah, I have nothing against both. I just think your lights should be the main show and inflatable should be like the side show.
Okay. I gotcha.
That's my preference.
Okay. All right. White lights or colored lights?
Oh man. I like both. I'm a big fan of business in the front, party in the back when it comes to Christmas lights.
What does that mean? What do you
When we-
like
when-
in the front yard and backyard or what?
Yeah, that like when we were growing up, it was like classy in the front of the house, but the back was wild. The back
Okay.
was like colored lights all over the trees, a giant star with streamers
Okay.
like way up in a tree that you could see all around the neighborhood,
Yeah.
you know? So, I mean, I wouldn't hate on anybody who goes all out and puts a ton of colored lights in the front of their house.
Right.
But I also like the really classy look of a well done white lit front of a house.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best of both worlds. Business in the front, party in the back.
I think I would agree. Because our house currently has just white lights out front.
Mhm.
And I do love the classy look of that. And then our Christmas tree has the multicolored lights. But I also love when a house goes all out and it's almost like a little tacky, but I love
Yeah.
it. I love the tackiness.
I don't know if there's such a thing to me as too tacky for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's Christmas. Like
Right.
you're supposed to bring joy. There's just no such thing as too tacky.
Yeah, like go crazy.
The harder you go, the more I respect you.
Okay. That's cool. A guy on our street went super hard.
And I respect him greatly.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know the answer to this one, but sugar cookies or chocolate chip cookies?
Chocolate chip all day long.
All right. Let's not even spend time
Not
there.
even close.
Okay. Baking cookies or eating cookies?
Eating cookies, but I also enjoy baking cookies.
I know. Me too.
Yeah. I would like to do both. I wouldn't just
Yeah.
like buy them to eat them,
Right.
but I prefer eating them.
Yeah. I know that's a hard one for me because I really like baking,
Mm,
but I also probably like baking because I like eating.
yeah.
So,
You can't have the baking without the eating. Well, I guess if you're giving them away to friends, like that's a
But-
good thing.
I'm going to bake cookies and give some to friends, but I'm also going to eat some.
I know. You've got to make some extra.
Yeah.
All right. Continue.
Okay. Elf or Home Alone?
This might be an unpopular. I think I'm going to go with Home Alone.
Really? Okay.
Home Alone's more of a classic to me.
Yeah.
Elf is funny. I really think Elf is funny, but Home Alone feels more nostalgic.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going with.
I agree with you, but I love both. Okay. Hot cocoa or cider?
Hot cocoa.
Really?
I do love cider.
You love cider.
Yep, but hot cocoa is better.
Okay. Same.
More
I agree.
Christmassy.
Okay, last one. This has to do with Greenville. So the Greenville Christmas Parade or ice skating on Maine?
Greenville Christmas Parade.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mostly because I still can't ice skate. So I appreciate ice skating. I think it is great for holiday vibes. But even though I haven't done it yet, I've talked about doing it for multiple weeks now, and I still haven't gotten up the courage to do it. I just know I'm going to break something. So it's like, I'm going to go to the parade.
The parade is awesome.
The parade is awesome.
I agree. All right. Well.
All right. Christmas this or that. Maybe there's some hot takes out there that people can disagree with.
Yeah.
Find us on YouTube. Comment. Let us know your takes.
Yes.
But now let's get into some news for this week. So, story number 1. The White House announced funding going towards the consideration of a new high-speed rail connecting Charlotte to Atlanta. The route would be 274 miles and connect the Charlotte Gateway Station to the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, making a stop at the GSP Airport in Greenville, in addition to other potential stops in Anderson and spots around Atlanta. The route could take 2 hours and 6 minutes if an electric train was used, and 2 hours and 44 minutes if a diesel train was used, which is insane. This train can go up to 220 miles an hour. So it's going to cost like between 6 and 8 billion to build.
Yeah.
But that is so fast.
This is awesome. This would honestly be life-changing.
I'm totally jazzed about this.
I'm very jazzed as well. I mean,
yeah.
I don't even know how long it would take us to get from here to my parents' house. What, like 40 minutes?
I mean, this is like let's see. So it takes 2 hours and 6 minutes to get from the Charlotte Gateway Station to the Atlanta Airport. Let's look at what this would be by car right now. What is the Charlotte Gateway Station? I'm not familiar with Charlotte.
I don't know.
Looks like a train station. That's an hour and 43 minutes just from us. And if we were going to go to the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, so by car, that's 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, tolls required 4 hours. Avoiding tolls, 4.5 hours.
Right.
And it's going to do it in 2 hours.
I know. That's insane. That's what I'm
so
saying.
Insane.
So it normally takes us like 2 hours to get to their house. So maybe it would take an hour.
Yeah, I think this would be really key for us because your parents live in Atlanta and my sister lives in Charlotte. You have friends in Charlotte. So that would just be amazing.
Yeah.
If we could hop on a train. The question is it going to be like $15 for a ticket or is it going to be like $100 for a ticket?
Yeah.
You know?
That's
if it's
the question.
$100, I'm like, we might as well just drive at that point.
Right.
But if it's like cheaper than using gas for a car and it takes half as long,
yeah,
I'm all in.
Like,
I'll use that thing all day.
If you can get like a card for it and you just like load the card with trips.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Also, I would hope that it's a really nice ride. Like you get your own booth, you know, kind of like like if you had your own compartment on a railroad train. That would be the dream. If it's like the Polar Express and you get in there and you order hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And you're just like flying.
Right.
That'd be amazing.
I don't know if I would expect that, but that would be pretty awesome.
My hopes are really high.
But I guess we're in really the beginning stages of this. So probably won't happen for a while.
I know. But if it does, that would be super hype.
Yes.
We're getting a super train.
Very exciting. All right. Next up, Bridgeway Brewing Co., a family-friendly entertainment venue, opened this past weekend in Bridgeway Station. So this place has got 4 duck pin bowling lanes, 15 TVs, food, and of course, beer. So that's exciting. So Bridgeway Station continues to grow and get more and more tenants.
I know this is kind of a dumb question, but what is a duck pin bowling?
It's like, isn't it like old-fashioned bowling?
I don't know. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Duck pin bowl. So is it different than regular bowling?
I don't know.
I'm looking at images. It looks like the pins are fatter.
Okay.
That's my initial impression based on images. It looks like the lanes are shorter too.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe this is like the ping pong of bowling.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It says they're significantly smaller than those used in 10-pin bowling.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they look like little fat ducks.
Okay.
As opposed to if regular bowling is like swans.
Yes, I see. Okay. So it's like mini bowling because you use a smaller bowling ball too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited for some of the stuff at Bridgeway Station. I feel like there's a few things that are open now.
Yeah.
We need to get over there and try some of this stuff.
We do. I feel like we'll be transported to Italy.
I know. Yeah, because it's such an interesting style down there.
It is.
Is Italian the style of Bridgeway Station?
I don't know. It feels like European or something.
Would we cross the Harambe Memorial Bridge to get over there?
We'd have to and leave some bananas in honor.
Did Malden choose what name for that bridge?
I haven't seen it. So
all right. They're still deliberating.
I think they're probably just like waiting it out.
They're trying to like make everybody forget.
And
all the Harambe supporters.
Right.
We're just going to keep talking about it every now and then.
Yeah.
Just to reignite it.
Yeah, we need to check that petition sometime soon.
We're big pot stirrers over here at Greenville Mic'd. All right. Next up, Hester General Store is closing its doors on December 24th after a year in business. Hester General Store is known for fresh pies, bread, pastries, and cakes, and you can still grab one for your Christmas celebrations. Katie Cheney bought the store in 2021. It was originally built in 1893 by Michael Hester and owned by his family until 1983. Total reverse. I guess not a total reverse, but 1893, 1983, you know, and interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sad.
I know, this is a bummer.
Yeah, she did say in her statement that they're closing their physical doors. And I know I've seen their stuff at the Travelers Rest Farmers Market, maybe also the downtown farmers market as well.
At least the Travelers Rest, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping you're still going to have an opportunity to get some Hester General Store pies, but they just might not have the physical location anymore.
Yeah, man, running a store is hard.
It is.
But it's really cool that she chose this building and like revitalized it.
Mm-hmm. I hope something really cool happens with it.
Yeah, they need to make it into. She needs to stay, basically. They need to.
People need to like make some donations or something.
Yeah.
If you're like a big baller listening to this podcast right now, you should approach Katie
and donate like $1 billion.
Yeah, you could give her $1 billion.
She probably doesn't need that much, but
maybe just $1 million.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
We're
on your side, Katie.
Yes. All right. Next up, the city of Greenville broke ground on the Cultural Corridor Project, a $4.3 million roadway improvement that will support pedestrian connectivity between Main Street and Heritage Green. So improvements include widening sidewalks, adding landscaping, enhancing lighting, and upgrading traffic signals. College Street will also be reduced to 3 lanes from its current 4 lanes to reduce speed. And city leaders are working with the South Carolina Department of Transportation to improve Academy Street, and work is expected to be complete in late 2024.
Yeah, this is interesting. I came across this Mayor Knox White quote on this, and his first 3 words are, "This is transformational!" Exclamation point. So, exclamation point? What did I say? Explanation point? Yeah. Exclamation point.
That's okay.
That's what I meant by that.
That's great.
He says, "We're going to expand the footprint of downtown Greenville. Now, when you cross Main Street, you lose the tree canopy, but that will change radically with the addition of wide, safe sidewalks for people to connect downtown hotels and restaurants and come into the library and museum district." So, it sounds like, boiling this down, this is all a plan to expand the vibe and quaintness of downtown Greenville.
I love that.
Yeah.
Expand the vibe.
Keep the vibe going.
Let's just keep it going like 20 miles out of downtown.
Whoa. That would be a lot of miles.
It would cost a lot of money.
That would encompass us.
See a lot of tree canopies and a lot of lights.
It would. I know. I do think that's cool though.
Yeah.
Like how they're trying to do that and not have it being like hustling and bustling and industrial. We talked about that a little bit last week, but yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hope it works. All right, next up, Comal 864 is hosting their third annual Christmas Day community meal from 12 to 5 p.m. They're asking that if you have any hygiene or clothing donations to drop them off during operational hours, or if you'd like to donate a side dish, you can bring it in on December 22nd, 23rd, or 25th, and they're going to have it ready to share at noon on Christmas Day. And if you want to donate some time, you can show up anytime and work from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Christmas.
This is awesome. I know that they did a meal on Thanksgiving and it had a crazy turnout. So I just think this is such a cool way to give back and care for the community. I mean, to give up your Christmas basically to do this is awesome.
Dana Lee is hardcore.
Yeah.
She's the GOAT.
She is.
I mean, that is like amazing. Like you could, like any business owner could be like, hey, in the week leading up to Christmas, we're going to donate whatever % of our profits to help people have food on Christmas Day or something, you know?
Yeah.
And no, like everyone would appreciate that. And that would be a totally good thing. But it is something else entirely to not just give money, but to give your time on Christmas Day to feed people who don't have access to food otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Kind of blown away by that.
I'm blown away too. And the food at Comal 864 is insane.
Yeah, it's really good.
So
I know.
Kudos to them.
Her drive to serve the community. And I mean, we've said this before, but like people who come in there who are just getting like free meals. I mean, it's just really cool.
Yeah.
I could talk about it all day.
Yep. All right. Last story for the day. There are 6 new tenants coming to the new County Square development. So it's just been announced. We have Fleming's Steakhouse, Hawkers, which is an Asian street food restaurant, The Salty Donut, Sports and Social, which is a sports bar, Pottery Barn, and Williams in Sonoma. This is in addition to the already announced tenants, which were Whole Foods, Ben & Jerry's, Penn's Mechanical Co., Fairway Social, Agave, Bandito, The Perch Kitchen and Tap, in Janaya Ramen Bar.
Stacked. What a stacked list.
I know.
This is crazy.
You can go to Whole Foods and get some healthy food, and then you can go to Ben & Jerry's and get some ice cream. And then once you're hungry again, you can go to the Salty Donut.
Yes. I know. I was looking up the Salty Donut, and you guys should check them out online. So they're chain. They have a bunch of different locations, and their donuts, I'm trying to think of a place to describe them like. They're like Duck Donuts almost, but more extravagant. You know, Duck Donuts is kind of like, we have these toppings. We kind of make like these same size donuts, and you choose like, and the flavor combinations are a little extravagant, but these are like white chocolate and chai, and they're like bigger and they're like pretty intense, or like tiramisu, or like pumpkin spice and brown butter.
Yeah.
So pretty intense. And they also have homemade Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
There's not a lot of places that have homemade Pop-Tarts.
No. And I've never had one, but I'd like to try it. And also, I feel like Greenville is becoming a hub for artisan donuts.
Yeah. With Scouts.
We're going to get a Parlor Donuts.
Is Parlor artisan? Is that
I would
how
say,
you describe
I think
them?
they're really similar to Scouts in that it's like a cronut.
Okay.
And then we have the Moki.
That's true.
What is it Moki Bees or Moki Nut?
I think Moki Bees.
Yeah. There's definitely a Moki Nut somewhere too. Maybe not here, but just so many artisan donuts.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting.
Yeah. But I'm excited for this. This is going to be awesome.
Bring on all the donuts.
Yeah, bring it on.
All right. Next up, we've got our Eats and Treats segment brought to you by Common Pops. Common ingredients, but uncommonly good popsicles. There's no better way to celebrate the season this week than to grab a few peppermint mocha pops from the Commons, pack the family into your Subaru Outback, and follow a Christmas light route around Greenville like you're on the Polar Express. But even better. Check them out at Common Pops on Instagram or commonpops.com.
All right. So, since Christmas is a week away, I thought we could talk about our go-to treats this holiday season.
Lots of treats.
We've had lots of treats, and I think that's just, Christmas time.
And
Got-
living in the Baird household.
And living in the Baird household. So one of the first ones that I wanted to talk about was the King Arthur chocolate chip oatmeal cookie recipe that I have been baking constantly.
They're really good.
They're really good. So
you guys can Google that and find this recipe.
Yes, you need to Google it, find the recipe. It's pretty simple. But we have another chocolate chip recipe that we make a lot, that we make for friends and family, and people rave about it. First of all,
they do.
We have to keep that recipe a secret though, because
yeah, I mean the story behind that recipe is when we were in college at Presbyterian College, me and a bunch of friends, my sophomore year, started a cookie company called Brown Bag Cookies.
Yes.
And we would make and deliver these chocolate chip cookies during exam week in the fall and in the spring for like 2 or 3 days a semester.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. But it's a Brown Bag original recipe. So me
Right.
and Tracy both have been head baker at one point.
Yes.
So we got pretty good at making these cookies.
Yeah, we were pretty good at it. But that's usually our go-to, and it's delicious. And I probably will still make it this year. But I really wanted to try something new, which is why I tried the King Arthur recipe, and it's delicious.
It is.
I love it. Adds oats into it, which if you've had a Chick-fil-A cookie, it kind of mirrors that a little bit.
The Chick-fil-A cookies are so good.
Yeah. And then it has a nice like thickness to it. I will say, if you do go and make this recipe, definitely refrigerate the dough, because there was one time I just made it straight after making the dough and the cookies were a little flat. And then I refrigerated the dough and they were a little bit thicker.
That's always a good tip if you want thicker cookies.
Yeah. So
just refrigerate that dough.
Refrigerate that dough. But yeah, that's one thing that I feel like we've been eating a lot of, and I've been making for a lot of people this Christmas season.
Yeah, those are really good. Another thing has been hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Gotta love hot chocolate. We've had I guess we've tried 3 different types of hot chocolate this season.
Yes.
Or 3 have been the staples.
Yeah.
Swiss Miss,
Of
obviously.
course, because I get the 50 pack at Costco. It's like it's like $4 for 50 packs, and that's gonna last you forever.
Yep.
But yeah, we did the Swiss Miss, of course.
You made homemade that one time.
I did.
What was in that? How did you make it?
That was so simple. It was like milk, sugar, cocoa powder.
Really? That was basically it?
I think that was it.
Wow. I mean, that was really good.
It was good. It was a lot of work. It wasn't a lot of work. I'm comparing it to Swiss Miss,
which is no work.
No work at all. But it was really rich. But it was good. It's worth it, I think. If you're like, we had friends over, so that's why I was like, I'm gonna do something more exciting.
Yeah. Heating up milk is always more difficult than heating up hot water, because milk doesn't heat evenly. Like if you do it in the microwave, well, a lot of times you'll have to do it in a pot. But if you do it in the microwave, you have to like do it in 20-second increments and then stir it each time.
Yeah.
But heated milk is just superior to water and hot chocolate.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It is.
It's just like it creates a richness.
For sure.
That you just don't get otherwise.
For sure. Milk is superior to water for hot chocolate. Definitely.
And in every other way.
Yeah. Well.
Maybe not every other way. In most other ways.
In most other ways.
And then I also had some hot chocolate mix that we got for White Elephant. That was like Dutch processed cocoa with mint. It looked like it was a Target find.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Because I've definitely seen that at Target before,
yeah.
I feel like. And that was pretty good too.
It was.
That was like, I mean, you can't really go wrong with hot chocolate. It's basically just, like you said, cocoa powder, sugar. But this had a little bit of mint flavor in it.
Yeah.
Which wasn't overpowering.
It wasn't, because you can go wrong with mint flavored things. And
you
it can
go
taste
real
like toothpaste.
wrong real quick.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was good.
Okay.
So if you see that at Target,
get it.
Go grab it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Is there anything else?
I was going to ask you, what is something you're looking forward to? Like, what's something that we usually eat like on Christmas Day or with our families that you are excited to have?
Oh man. My mom every year would make, oh man, I don't even know how to, it was like, it's like sticky buns.
Yeah.
For Christmas morning. And she would only ever make it on Christmas morning. But it is so good. Oh my gosh. It had like a brown sugar cinnamon pecan topping on
Yeah.
these like, I don't know what kind of, it was almost like biscuit dough, but it was a very specific kind of biscuit dough that you like put in this big bundt cake thing.
Yeah.
Gosh, that thing was so good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it again. I hope she makes it. If you're listening to this, Mom, you have to make that
We
thing.
know you listen to this. Yes. What am I looking forward to? So I also love your dad's steak, which is
Oh yeah.
another thing. If you're listening to this, I hope that's part of
Tracy
our dinner.
loves
Not to
Christmas
be.
steak.
I do. And then I also, I don't know. I love ham on Christmas.
Mhm.
I love all the appetizers that go along with Christmas. So
Black eyed peas.
not black-eyed peas, not any kind of pea.
Aren't you supposed to have black eyed peas on Christmas?
No,
What is that? New Year's?
it's New Year's.
I keep getting it
How much
mixed
are we going
up.
to talk about this? It's because
we were
it's-
talking about it at Thanksgiving last time,
On
right?
New Year's, you're supposed to eat collard greens and black-eyed peas because the collard greens are supposed to bring you a lot of money in the new year,
Uh-huh.
and the black-eyed peas are supposed to bring you like a lot of, I guess, coins.
But we don't really care about any of those things
We don't care about the coins.
or the money, so we'll just skip out on those.
Yeah.
Just bring on the pie.
Just bring on the pie. Yeah.
All right, that's great.
But yeah, so I love Christmas time. I love the food.
Yeah, so good.
Basically.
I'm gonna be trying to get on a little bit of a health kick in the new year.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll start trying to talk about some more healthy options. One I discovered the other day was the Purely Elizabeth chocolate sea salt granola.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't sound healthy, but it actually is. It's like very organic, not
It
a lot of
is.
added sugar, and that's been fun. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's like $3 a serving.
Yeah, but I got it BOGO at Publix. You got it for me, BOGO
It's like
at Publix.
$1.50 a serving. And there's like 7 servings.
You know what's weird is how much you have to spend to be healthy comparatively.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think you can eat healthy cheaply, but it's not going to be as convenient. So if you want convenient health foods, you're going to have to spend more money, like on
Okay.
the granola. But if you want to eat fruit and vegetables, that's like not that
That's true.
bad.
So the cheapest and easiest is like processed unhealthy food.
Yes.
And then if you want cheap but healthy, then it's like you have to make your own granola. Like you have to like
Yeah.
bake it and do all this stuff or whatever. And then if you want it pre-made for you, man, I just wish it was the other way around, you know?
Right.
I wish the healthy stuff was cheap.
We'll probably just have to make our own granola
Yeah.
because Purely Elizabeth is gonna
Probably not
drain our
gonna be a thing.
finances.
I know.
All right, let's move on to some events.
Yes. So first up, the Swamp Rabbits have games on both Friday and Saturday. They're taking on the Orlando Solar Bears Friday at 7 and the Savannah Ghost Pirates Saturday at 7.
Yeah, and then Miracle at Southern Side Brewing is throwing a huge all-day-long family-friendly holiday party with holiday entertainment for the whole family and plenty of specialty seasonal cocktails and craft brews for the grown-ups. It starts at 11 a.m. and entry is free. There will be a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus from 1 to 5 p.m. There will also be a bounce house, Christmas music, and festive cocktails.
Yes. And then after Santa is done with that, he'll be going to Claire's Creamery this weekend. He's going to be at their Overbrook location Friday 3 to 5 and their Parkins Mill location from Saturday 3 to 5.
And then the Greenville Christmas Market is happening at the Grand Bohemian Lodge, and it's open 7 days a week through New Year's Eve, other than Christmas Day.
Yep. And then the Festival of Trees is also still happening at the Courtyard Marriott downtown and Hyatt Regency Greenville. Spectacularly decorated trees line the entranceway of both hotels, giving visitors and community members the chance to experience the magic of the holidays. This is happening every day through Christmas.
And then also Holidays at the Zoo is still happening this weekend. And that's talked about it before. The zoo is going to be filled with lights, decorations, and music. And you can head to the zoo's website to grab tickets for that.
And lastly, Ice on Main is also still happening. So this list is kind of like a bunch of fun Christmas things that are still going on. So if you hadn't had a chance to hit them up, hit them up. Ice on Main is the ice rink in the heart of downtown. It's located at Village Green near the Courtyard Marriott and is open Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be open 7 days a week, excluding Christmas Day, until January 15th.
Yeah, and that is all we have for you today. Thanks so much for listening. Or if you watched us on YouTube, yes, if you haven't heard, we're on YouTube, and we have some epic lights behind us today.
We do.
So it should look pretty awesome. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And if you're feeling generous, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review.
Boom. Thanks so much. We'll catch you next week for the next weekly rundown.
And also, have a very Merry Christmas, and we will not catch you next week.
You're right.
Because it's Christmas.
You'll catch us next week if you want to go back and re-listen to a previous episode.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't blame you for doing.
Yeah, and we won't have episodes next week or the week after that.
Nope.
We're taking 2 weeks off.
Merry Christmas.
Yep. So we'll catch you guys in the new year.
Write down those resolutions.
Yeah.
Get those things on a piece of paper or they'll never happen.
Yep.
And they probably still won't happen.
Yes, they will happen.
All right, you're right. We believe in y'all.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Catch y'all in January.
See ya.